celebrating 100 years. How the Iowa Memorial Union continues to make an impact today.
And a major coaching change has been announced for the Iowa soccer team. Who he is and his accolades coming into the program.
How university students at Iowa get ready for the big Walk It Out showcase.
Love and warmth are in the air. I'll have your full weather forecast coming up.
All that and more
coming up right now on DITV.
Good morning, live from Iowa City. It is Friday, February 13th. I'm Monica Perez.
And I'm Camila Muniz.
And the third member of our team, Josie Boyle, is live outside the Pentacrest to tell us today's forecast.
Josie, do you think you will need our jackets today?
Well, guys, I will definitely be getting rid of this jacket by this afternoon. Now I'm here on the Pentacrest where it's currently 30 degrees outside. Let's take a look at the screen. Today's high will be around 60 degrees with partial clouds and light winds. I'm looking forward to spending some time outside before temperatures drop back down to 30 degrees this evening. Saturday will be a little cooler with a high in the mid-50s and a low in the 30s. Annika and Camille, I think it's safe to say we can look forward to brighter, warmer days ahead. I'll have your full weather forecast coming up.
Well, thank you, Josie. And for our top story, a northern Iowa community is grieving after a deadly bus crash. The Iowa Lakes Community College baseball team was headed to Arkansas for a 4-game series Wednesday when the bus went off the road just west of Iowa Lakes, rolling over and killing 19-year-old Carter Johnson, a freshman from South Dakota.
In his time here, he really impacted our campus, both within our halls and the classrooms as well as on the playing field. We're heartbroken for this tragedy. Our thoughts and prayers are with Carter's family. We cannot imagine the depth of their loss, and we are holding them close in our hearts.
33 people were on board, all with injuries ranging from minor to serious. Investigators say the crash happened after the bus failed to navigate a curve. Our thoughts and prayers are with those impacted during this time. And a Tiffin man is facing several charges involving child exploitation. The Johnson County Sheriff's Office arrested 32-year-old Cody Albin this week. He's accused of sharing explicit videos of minors and a separate video involving bestiality, all through the messaging app Kik. Authorities say Albin does not appear in these videos himself, though he faces 5 felonies and a misdemeanor. Albin is being held in the Henry County Jail on a $55,000 bond. A court date has not yet been set.
And a former taxi driver suing the city of Iowa City, they posted thousands of forms including people's personal information. The lawsuit claims nearly 2,000 unredacted documents with people's names, addresses, and social security numbers were made public throughout the city clerk's office. The forms were required for background checks of taxi drivers dating back from 2012. The attorney representing the driver says the information has since been removed, but the lawsuit seeks damages and policy changes. A trial date has not yet been decided.
And things are tense on Capitol Hill as legislators continue to question the handling of the Epstein files.
DITV's Kebeti Mutamba is live in the newsroom with the latest. Kebeti?
Annika, Cami, members of Congress questioned U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi this week, and it was heated. Bondi and U.S. lawmakers held a hearing Wednesday about how the Epstein files are being handled by the Justice Department. During that hearing, lawmakers accused Bondi of lying under oath and avoiding questions, but Bondi fought back against those claims, which led to a heated yelling match between both parties.
And I told you about that, Attorney General, before you started.
You don't tell me.
Yeah, I did tell you because we saw what you did in the Senate.
You're a lawyer, not even a lawyer.
I believe you just lied under oath in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you.
Bondi also sat in front of several of Epstein's victims at the hearing. She apologized to them, just not to their faces, calling Epstein, quote, a monster. However, these victims say that Bondi has been unresponsive. Marina Lacerda said, quote, "She hasn't taken any of our calls. She hasn't taken any of our emails. She has totally ignored us, just like she did today," end quote. One Democratic lawmaker then asked the victims to stand up and have Bondi apologize to their faces. Bondi declined. She replied with her own statement. Quote, "All of you who have participated in those impeachment hearings against Donald Trump, you should all be apologizing to Trump for their involvement in past impeachment efforts," end quote. The conversation got so heated that a member of Congress walked out in a rage. And the fight for climate change is seeing new barriers here in the U.S. The Environmental Protection Agency has revoked the finding that greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide endanger public health. This declaration from Obama's administration in 2009 has been the major backing for nearly all regulations under the Clean Air Act. President Trump announced his change and what he hoped it would do on Thursday. This is Trump's.
That's why, effective immediately, we're repealing the ridiculous endangerment finding. This action will save American consumers trillions of dollars and will lower the average cost of a new vehicle by close to $3,000.
This is Trump's boldest move against climate regulations so far and will likely limit how much the government will and can fight against climate change. But it could face several challenges in court. Live in the newsroom, Kabiri Mutamba, DITV.
Thank you, Kabedi. And you might be seeing some smoke over the next few days, but don't worry, it's all under control. Take a look at your screen. These are the locations where the Iowa City Department of Parks and Recreation will be having controlled prairie fires. Right now, we don't have a schedule, so make sure to keep an eye out. Additional burnings may also take place at Hickory Hill Park and the city's water treatment plant. These seasonal burns are beneficial to the environment, helping species diversity and habitats.
And legislators are hoping for an NFL team to switch home bases and hibernate right here in Iowa. State lawmakers are hoping to offer some financial incentives through the Major Economic Growth Attractions Program, or MEGA, to get the Chicago Bears to build their next cape, or I guess, stadium. Here, this comes as the Bears are considering leaving Chicago for good. While some legislators think this is a silly bill, others think this could bring more money to the state. A new food chain is trying to keep things green in Coralville. Minnesota and health-based fast food chain Crisp & Green just opened their 50th store, and it's right on the Iowa River landing. This is their second in the state of Iowa. Crisp & Green is known for their salads, wraps, smoothies, and more, bringing quick service and healthy meals together. The Daily Iowan sent print reporter Anelia Alemo to the grand opening. Check out the full story online at thedailyiowan.com.
And the University of Iowa is celebrating a big milestone this Saturday, 100 years of the Iowa Memorial Union. To celebrate, the university is holding a centennial gala with guest speakers, live music, and dinner and drinks, and special artifacts from the UI's collection. The Iowa Memorial Union is what some call the heart of campus. It's a spot for students to come together to study, attend club meetings and events, and of course, shop. The Union opened during the 1925 to 1926 school year, replacing a 3-acre barn plot. Now it's become one of the most visited spots on campus. Make sure to tune in to DITV Monday morning at 8:30 for full coverage of the IMU's birthday celebration.
Well, coming up, we've got so much action in sports. It's crossover season, meaning we'll update you on how both basketball teams are doing and the start of play on the Diamonds.
And another deep dive into an Iowa organization plus a special comedian at the Angler. All that right after the break.
We are anxiously waiting for those votes for not only the national election, but here in District 1.
Advancing to the quarterfinals, Iowa looks to boost their overall placement and their way into the semis.
I'm Brady Barrand. I spent 2 years at DITV, my junior and senior years of college. Now I am a sports reporter at KSNB Local 4 in Hastings, Nebraska. One of my favorite moments from my time at DITV was spending a week in Nashville, Tennessee, covering Iowa's bowl game. And I just want to congratulate DITV on 20 years, just a great organization to help students prepare for careers in broadcast journalism, sports reporting, anything of that nature. DITV's got it all.
And welcome back to DITV Live this Friday morning.
But first, let's take a look back outside with Josie for the forecast for the week ahead.
Thanks, Camilla. I'm happy to say we have some lovely weather ahead. Taking another look back at the Pentecost, Sunday's high will be around 60 degrees before dropping to the 40s in the evening. It looks like we will get to end our weekend with some much needed sunshine. Monday will hit the mid-60s with a nightly low of 35 degrees and partial clouds. Tuesday will be much cloudier with a high around 60 and a low in the 40s with possible wind gusts. But don't worry, the sun will come back out on Wednesday and we can expect a high around 59 degrees and a low in the 30s. Temperatures will drop back down to the 40s the rest of the week with showers on Thursday. I don't know about you guys, but I am grateful to enjoy some pleasant temperatures and Iowa City sunshine. Back to you at the desk.
Well, thank you, Josie. 60 degrees sounds so nice right now. It sounds great for getting out and outside, maybe playing some basketball.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. But right now, the men's basketball team still firing on all cylinders inside. But it's the women's basketball team that last hosted the annual Pink Out game against 25th ranked Washington. DITV's Nick Isles has the full recap.
On Wednesday night, the Iowa women's basketball team headed into Carver Hawkeye Arena at arguably their lowest point in their season thus far. A 3-game losing skid to 3 Big Ten foes, dropping their ranking from number 8 to 15 in the AP poll. Despite their recent struggles, Jan Jensen and her Hawks knocked off Washington 65-56 for Carver's Pink Out in support of cancer awareness. Hannah Stolke and Chit Chat Wright had impressive nights in front of the sold-out crowd. Stolke tallying 14 points with tying a career-high 16 rebounds, and Wright leading the team in scoring with 21.
My team really believes in me. It's like we know you work on that every day. So just when you're in the game, take those shots. It's best for our team, and I mean, that's what I do.
I felt like tonight we were having a lot of fun, and no matter what the score was, it was like a close game, and we were still hype and not worried about it.
Iowa turned Washington over 19 times. Coach Jensen noted intensity on the defensive side was the key to winning.
I think that when we settled a little bit, it started to kind of look a little bit more that gritty, kind of that blue-collar mentality coming out.
Kylie Feuerbach also had a strong showing, hitting the dagger 3 to close the door on the Huskies. Jensen noted the win was a learning experience, but also a rewarding one after seeing Feuerbach's expression following the basket.
And tonight, that shot, I mean, her smile was just like coming to the timeout. That was priceless.
This ranked win is a major one. Iowa snapping its 3-game skid with some much needed defensive intensity and confidence as the season approaches March. From Carver Hawkeye Arena, Nick Isles, DITV Sports.
And on the opposite end of the spectrum, the Iowa men's basketball team took a devastating loss to Maryland on Wednesday. After a 6-game win streak, their longest streak since the 2015-2016 season, the Terrapins threw a wrench in the Hawkeyes' plans, taking a 77-70 win, handing them their 6th loss of the season. Bennett Sturts led the team with 32 points and 6 assists, but it wasn't enough to project Iowa to a victory. However, the Hawkeyes have a chance to redeem themselves big time tomorrow evening. Last month, the Hawks took a loss to 5th-ranked Purdue, but only by a smidge with a final score of 79-72. Tomorrow, the Hawkeyes will take on the Boilermakers one more time, looking to break their hearts on Valentine's Day. Their Hawkeyes have yet had an upset win this year, but they are hungry to take down a ranked opponent with their next opportunity against number 13 Purdue. And it's an exciting time for the Iowa soccer program as they announce some big news. We had DITV's Morgan Burhans live at the Iowa Soccer Complex. Morgan, can you tell us what's being revealed from the program?
after Beth Getz announced yesterday that Dean Ward from Xavier will be serving as Iowa soccer's newest head coach. This comes after Iowa's winningest head coach Dave Diani announced his departure to serve as Michigan's newest head coach. Originally from England, Dean Ward will serve as Iowa's 6th head coach in program history.
We're at Xavier.
Well, Colin, Dean spent just 2 seasons as Xavier's head coach. He led the Musketeers to 31 victories in his time. Last season, he coached them to a Big East tournament title and carried them to the NCAA round of 32. In a statement, Getz said, quote, Ward's track record of competitive excellence, player development, and championship culture speaks for itself. Last year, the Iowa soccer team finished 21st in the nation with 12 wins. They hope Ward can build on the already strong foundation built in the program. Getz is confident in Ward's ability to continue the legacy of the Iowa soccer program. Live from the Iowa Soccer Complex, Morgan Burhans, DITV Sports.
Thank you, Morgan. Iowa men's wrestling is in action tonight at Carver Hawkeye Arena, taking on the Michigan Wolverines. The last time the Hawks were home, it was an upset loss to Minnesota, so they'll look to make up for that in front of their fans, especially since it's the last chance to do so. It is senior night for Iowa wrestling. Here's what head coach Tom Brand shared about this being the final appearance for some of these Hawkeyes in Iowa City.
It's a big deal. You honor them. There's business to do, and there's business after. But you honor them the right way.
Iowa leads the all-time series 34-27-1 against the Wolverines and looks to make it 11 wins in the last 13 duels in their final home excursion. DITV's Nick Giles will have full coverage later tonight. And it's been almost 4 months since the fall slate concluded for the Iowa baseball team, but the 2026 regular season is set to begin tomorrow in Arizona. The Hawks are taking part in the MLB Desert Invitational in Scottsdale, Arizona, a 3-day tournament that pits them against Kansas State, Air Force, and Northeastern. All the games will be available to stream on MLB TV, with the Valentine's Day clash against Air Force available nationally on MLB Network. The big thing to focus on for Iowa this season is how they'll cope with the loss of their 3 weekend starting pitchers. Cade Obermuller, Aaron Savary, and Reese Buter were all either drafted or graduated, so there'll be a bunch of fresh faces for Rick Heller to deploy. But on the softball side of the diamond, their season has already gotten underway. The Hawkeyes went 3-2 in the Joanne Graff Invitational last weekend and have another 5-game slate on tap for this weekend, where they take part in the MUSB Invitational in Macon, Georgia. Look out for their 3 Big Ten players to watch: Boise State transfer Leah McNally, true freshman Mariah Myers, and Fresno State transfer Soraya Neese. And coming off a program-shattering performance, the Iowa gymnastics team heads east to take on Rutgers Saturday. After a program bets 197-225 and wins in 3 of 4 events versus the rival Cornhuskers, the Gym Hawks now turn their attention to the Scarlet Knights. Orly Tran is coming off a stellar performance last weekend, where she tied for first on bars, posting a 9.925 and won the all-around score. The Hawkeyes will take on the Scarlet Knights at Jersey Mike's Arena starting tomorrow afternoon at 1. Good stuff there. The Iowa tennis team also a Cy-Hawk matching as well, but sports, that's my Valentine.
Oh my goodness. And you know what, speaking about Valentine's, I'm so curious about what people are up to. What do you got going on?
I know, I'm just gonna hang out with friends, honestly.
Gotcha. Well, right now we're going to send it over to Grace Lathrop with The Vibe.
Welcome back to another segment of The Vibe. I'm Grace Lathrop, and I'm looking forward to bringing you more arts, culture, and good vibes ahead. But unfortunately, to start off, Hollywood faced a devastating loss this week. James Van Der Beek, best known for his role as Dawson Leary in the TV drama series Dawson Creek, died on Wednesday, February 11th at a young age of 48. He was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer and fought a hard battle for 3 years. Many of his co-stars have taken to social media to pay tribute to him and the legacy he left behind. Van Der Beek has 6 kids, and as of Wednesday, friends of the family started a GoFundMe page to support his family after his passing. With the initial goal set at $1.5 million, friends and fans have now raised $1.7 million. This is a devastating loss that we are all feeling this week, and as someone who has watched all of Dawson's Creek, this one definitely hit hard, and my sincerest condolences go out to his family and his friends. But last Friday, I had the incredible opportunity to go see Tom Arnold live on stage at the Englert Theater. Let's take a look.
A homecoming like no other, filled with laughter, fun, and surprise. I am here at the Englert Theater where Tom Arnold is about to take the stage. He's an Iowa native himself, so fans are coming in from all over Iowa to see him perform in his My Crazy Ex-Wife tour.
Tom Arnold's a classic entertainer, just dozens and dozens and dozens of movies, of course, his TV history.
And fans were not the only ones filling seats in the auditorium. Family members of Arnold's came from across the country to see his Iowa performance. But before the long-awaited Tom Arnold opener, Max Measle took the stage and set the tone for the rest of the night.
Here I am, first dream was to play football. This is career choice number 2. Ain't bad.
He also introduced a surprise guest and good friend of Arnold's, Lisa Bluter.
Let's make some noise for Coach Bluter!
Lisa Bluter is a longtime friend of Arnold's and couldn't miss his big moment on the Iowa stage for the first time in 15 years.
Please help me tonight. Welcome to the stage, former Hawkeye, Mr. Tom Arnold!
Arnold's set consisted of stories from his childhood, his time at Iowa, and what life is like in the spotlight.
So, it's great to be back in Iowa. I brought all my wives back here, as you know.
Beyond being a dad and a comedian, Arnold is also a philanthropist, supporting children living with heart disease. After his set, he signed shirts and posed with fans, where all proceeds went right back to his charity. Fans walked away with a smile on their faces, and Arnold's gratitude did not go unnoticed.
I love the sincerity behind his stories, and he kind of intertwined comedy in with real life stories about where he's been.
And no matter where Arnold has been, his time at Iowa is always special.
I hope they know that I'm grateful to be from here and that we do have a lot of fun. The Iowans just have a lot of fun.
Tom Arnold will continue his tour across the U.S., bringing more smiles and laughter. From the Englert Theater, Grace Lathrop, DITV Arts and Culture.
And the journey continues for the Walk It Out showcase. That's why we have DITV's Linda Locco back at it with the inside look.
A student-run fashion and performance showcase highlighting culture, creativity, and expression at the University of Iowa campus, also known as Walk It Out.
I didn't know what I was getting into, but I met some of my best friends that way.
As this showcase is broken up into different groups, each one reflects more than choreography. It reflects identity.
I'm African from Cameroon, and I love African dances.
And right behind me, these students aren't just performing. They're celebrating their roots, a culture of Africa, bringing community and tradition to life.
And I wanted to see West African cultures and African cultures in general represented in the way that they deserve.
And what they deserve is inviting audiences to experience stories that may be unfamiliar yet deeply meaningful.
To let people know what we are about, you know, we're Africans and we want to show people that we're cool.
And I really like being Ghanaian in general, and I wanted to see West African cultures and African cultures in general represented.
Through these dances, this group brought something within themselves to be put on stage.
I can truly say I see it as a privilege because it is a huge part of my identity.
As Walk It Out continues, more student groups will take the stage, each bringing their own culture, style, and voice to the spotlight. From the University of Iowa, Linda Locco, DITV Arts and Culture.
And for our Feel Good Friday story, this year's Puppy Bowl has reached new highs. The Puppy Bowl drew in 15.3 million viewers on Super Bowl Sunday and was ranked the top non-sports cable program of the entire day. This was its best performance in over 8 years, with an 11% increase in ratings. This year's participants spanned from over 72 shelters across the U.S., and over 150 dogs faced off to compete for the title of Puppy Bowl champion. And 15 special needs dogs also competed for the first time in Puppy Bowl history. Senior dogs were spotlighted in a special exhibition game. All 150 150 pups are looking for homes, and we are still waiting on final numbers to see how many found their forever homes thanks to the Puppy Bowl. Thank you so much for joining us on another segment of The Vibe. I will see you next Friday, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us here on DITV this Friday morning. We'll be back next week at 8:30 a.m. with all your coverage from Iowa City. Have a great Valentine's Day.
From all of us at DITV, thanks for watching.